Just imagine my hair looks great underneath this hat. See this behind me? These are my records, my vinyls. And you see this behind this? Those are also my vinyls. This is a beginning of the year, end of the year record haul. This is all the vinyl records I have as of December 2024, but you guys will be seeing this in January 2025. I bought this hat today, and I think it looks rad. I like the little poofiness, so that's why I'm wearing it. I mean, my hair doesn't look horrible underneath. Might have a little bit of hat hair, I won't lie, because I've been wearing it, right? It doesn't look bad. First, let's begin with the non-record stuff. So what I use for my record vinyl cleaning, these are the jackets that I use for my vinyls. These are the outer sleeves is what you would call them. Okay, record outer sleeves. I bought them off of Amazon, but don't buy them. These are ass, okay? They break so easily. Example A, this OMAR Polo record, okay? I put the sticker on the outside thinking nothing of it. I should never do that because this broke and I had to tape it together. God, I don't even know if you can see, but I literally had to tape it together right here because it split, and I was like, well, I don't want to take the sticker off. They are inner sleeves. Now, I bought a whole bunch of them off of Amazon as well. They're called Hudson Hi-Fi. I think it was Amazon. It could have been a record store. I don't remember. I'll just look like this. It says Hudson Hi-Fi. And then what I use to clean my records is this thing. It's called Vinyl Style without the E. I think I got it from Amazon, or maybe I got it from a record store. I don't remember. But it literally is just one of those. It comes with a little brush. And then I have this, which is record cleaning fluid. I don't know what this guy is for. I think that's to clean the needle, but I don't use it to clean the needle because I don't ever need to clean the needle. One time I actually broke the needle on that record player and I had to go get it replaced. And I thought for a second it was a broken record and I was like, no, one of my records is warped. But actually that's very wrong. It was the record player. Talking about record player, let me show you a close-up of what I got. This is the speaker that I use. It's a Jibble speaker. I know I should probably use monitors or some classier speakers, but I haven't upgraded yet. So don't sue me. Anyways, that's the Jibble speaker that I use. I use the Audio-Technica LP36, I don't even remember, but it was a cheap $100 one. This is what it looks like. Sorry, my cinema roll is on it, but it's just, and then this is the needle I use. It's just a green needle. I don't know if you can see. Let's start with the 10-inch, 7-inch, you know, the smaller ones that don't look that big. The only vinyl that I have that size is this one. It is the 10-year anniversary Take Me to Church Hozier 7-inch. That was a lot of words. It basically has Run on one side, and then it has Take Me to Church on the other. As you can tell, it is not in the slightest protected because I don't have anything this size. You just saw the sleeves that I have. That's all I have. I'm gonna start with my largest collection and then just move slowly down. I have 6 The Weeknd records. The first one I ever bought, bitch, I don't remember. We're just gonna get started. Starboy. And I bought it in this red. Isn't it so beautiful? One of my favorite songs is on this album. Favorite song of all time, Sidewalks with Kendrick Lamar. So good. Love this album. It's so good. I also have Dawn FM, obviously, but I have the alternate version cover that I think I bought from Target. I saw him perform Dawn FM in Seattle for the first time. That was really cool and fun. The next one I have is After Hours. It's just plain black because I literally saw it at Barnes & Noble's and I said, oh, I need this. I forgot that they had like a variant where it's like clear and there's like a blood splat, and I think that would have been cooler, but I still like this one. Weeknd House of Balloons. I also saw this at Barnes & Noble's. What is that doing there? So I bought it. I have Kissland, obviously. Not just Kissland of any kind, the 5-year anniversary, which means it's this really beautiful teal. I think this is like one of the prettiest records that I own. And then the last record I bought on Record Store Day, and it was live at Sofi Stadium. I think this was for the Dawn FM tour. I waited in line at 4 a.m. for this and another vinyl, and a couple other ones that I didn't end up getting. As you can see, Record Store Day. And that was my Weeknd collection. I also have 6 Hozier records. So this ties with the Weeknd because I have 6 Weeknd records. Obviously, y'all saw this one. Don't need to introduce it. Let's actually start with his first record, Hozier by Hozier. I love Hozier. Like, can I just say that off the bat? I have him all over my wall. Now, we're not going to do like a wall tour unless you want one. But I love this man's music. I don't know him personally. I saw him twice in 2 years. You don't understand. He's a spiritual experience for me. I have Hozier's Hozier, standard black, Wasteland Baby, in this normal black variants. The thing is, this was one of the first albums I collected because I had always gone to like Barnes & Noble's and just dove into their section, and Barnes & Noble's doesn't really sell variants. At first I was like, I'm not a variant collector, I'm just gonna collect whatever record I want. But I like the pretty colors. So this was at the beginning of my journey of record collecting, so that's why it's standard. My favorite song of Wasteland Baby is Wasteland Baby. I'm so sorry, I wish I wasn't as basic. It's literally not basic at all. I also have Wasteland Baby. The thing is, he came out with the Amazon exclusive version, which had Why Would You Be Loved on it, and I need Why Would You Be Loved on a pressed vinyl. So guess what? It's in blue, and the other one is a darker blue, which I wish I could show you, but I'm not gonna take it out. But just know, it was very beautiful, and I listened to it for the first time on vinyl. Spiritual experience, like always. Anyways, the next one we have is Unreal Unearth. As you can't tell, this is not the standard black version. This is actually a really pretty dark red, but I hate that it looks like it's black. It's the Amazon exclusive, and I wish I should have bought one like off of his... Holy, you can't even tell that it's not black. But I wish I would have bought one off of his website instead, or a signed version. That's what I regret. I regret not getting a signed version. Unreal Unearth Unending. Okay, and I got the bone teeth version because I know that there was another version that you could buy that was just like the newest songs from after Unreal Unearth came out, but I didn't want that because it was like a poopy brown, I think. So I wanted the teeth looking one, and also I wanted a different color than the one that I have over there. So this one has every song since Unreal Unearth came out, since before and since after, which I saw that he did that and I needed it because I remember when I listened to Too Sweet for the first time and I was like, oh, the minute he puts this on a record, the minute he presses this on a vinyl, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it. And guess what? He did, and I bought it. I saw him for the first time in 2023 in Portland, Oregon, and that was such a fun experience. I was in the pit. I'll put pictures up. Actually, maybe I won't. But I was in the pit and I was literally waiting in line for 7 hours. I got there at 5 in the morning and I was right in front of him. I was right in front of him and it was so fun. I had such a fun time. His audience and his fans are the nicest people ever, which honestly is a compliment to me because I'm one of his, you know. But anyways, the nicest people ever. The pit, which usually, you know, general admission or whatever the fuck, usually it smells like sweaty people, but that day with that audience it smelled like a eucalyptus. I was like, oh yes, Portland, Oregon Hozier fans, you smell great. And then I saw him again in Richfield, Washington this year, which I went with my brother because he really liked Too Sweet and he also really liked Angel of Small Death in the Coding Scene, so I was like, hey, you like 2 songs, come with me. And we had a really fun time. I was actually more in the back, but I had a great time. And that was my Hozier collection. Next, I believe, is my OMAR Polo collection. I have 5 of his records, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have 5 of his records because I love OMAR Polo. If you know me, which you probably don't, but if you knew me, you know that I've been a fan of OMAR Polo since 2018 when he was an even smaller artist and he had like teal blue hair. It was like right before this era. He had come out with a song called Frio, and I listened to that and I was like, I need to know who this guy is. And ever since that day, I have not stopped listening to this guy. Let's start with obviously his newest record. I have all of his vinyls off of his discography except for Live For Me. That one. And I'm so sorry, but I just didn't really vibe with the music. But for some reason, the only song I liked on that one was, I think, Pilot. Maybe I should revisit it again and then buy it and then love it. I don't know. I have OMAR Polo's God Said No, and it is the limited edition autographed version light blue and ruby red vinyl, which this is what they mean by that. Look at how beautiful that split is. Autographed and everything. Love it. And then I also put his other poster right there. I love when there's little posters and little knickknacks in a vinyl. That's my favorite thing. My favorite record that I can't believe I got for my birthday, Stereo by OMAR Polo. This is my favorite record. I wouldn't say of his, but my favorite vinyl record because look at how pretty that purple is. This record got me through middle school. Every time I listen to it, so nostalgic. This record is so incredibly sad. I can't even. There is a song on here that every time I listen to it, I cry. And it's literally called Hearing Your Voice. If you've listened to Hearing Your Voice, you know. This is also another purple, Apolonio, the album that began my obsession, I think. I could be wrong. Obviously, it's another purple. This is the first vinyl that I ever wanted, but I didn't actually buy it first. I bought it way later in my record collecting. I didn't buy the standard version because I really wanted this version. We can't forget Ivory. Okay, this is one of my favorite albums off of his discography. This is so good. This is so good. Red. He didn't come out with a purple version. So I have the red one. But it's kind of crazy that all of these are purple. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a thing going. That's my OMAR Polo collection. Let's move on. Next, I have Harry Styles with 5 records technically, but it is 4 that I physically have, okay? And I'll explain that later. Technically, I actually have 3 Harry Styles records, but this one is a soundtrack that has Harry Styles in it, so I kind of figured that it would be the same thing and I could throw it in there. It's the My Policeman soundtrack in this very beautiful cherry blossom. Let me tell you, my brain chemistry was changed. I saw this and I was like, how could you, Harry Styles? It was such a beautiful movie. Like, I feel like I almost have to be calm about it. It was such a beautiful movie. And when I saw this at Target, I was like, oh, I need it. So I bought it, obviously. Harry Styles by Harry Styles. And no, unfortunately, I know what you're thinking. Does she have the pink or white one? No, I don't. No, I don't. I have the regular schmegular one. I would buy the pink and white one if I had all the money in the world, because I know those are worth $1,000 by now. Love this record. Holy shit, Meet Me in the Hallway. My favorite song. Fine Line by Harry Styles is the very first vinyl I ever bought. I thought that I would buy a whole bunch of other vinyls first, but Harry Styles had come out with like a whole bunch of variants for this, and I saw this one at Target, and I was like, wait, or was it Walmart? One of the two. But I saw this one, and I was like, holy moly, I need this. And so I bought it. Fine Line put me on to Harry Styles. The very first song I ever heard of Harry Styles was Sign of the Times, I'll be honest, but I didn't get into him until I listened to Cherry, I think it was. I had heard like Watermelon Sugar, and it was in like December of 2019, I think. That it was like right when this album released. I listened to like one song and I was like, wait, why is it kind of good? So I listened to the rest of them and I was like, holy moly, who is this guy? I need to get into him. And ever since that day, I've been a crazy fan. I'm just kidding, no I haven't. I did see him live in Portland, Oregon at the Moda Center, which was freaking insane. And yes, he did sing Fine Line, but no, he did not sing Medicine. The last and final record of his I have is Harry Styles' Harry's House. And yes, I got the yellow one. I actually bought this secondhand off of Mercari because I had Harry's House by Harry Styles, the standard version when it first came out. I just went to the store and bought it. But then I was like, wait, I really want the yellow one because he doesn't really come out with yellow records. Like, he doesn't have a yellow variant like this yet. So I bought it and I was like, well, what do I do with the other one? And as you could tell, this is what the other one looks like because I have it on my wall. Again, I won't do a room tour, but it's on my wall and the record is also on my wall. That's why I said I technically have a record, because technically I do own this one. It's just stripped and ripped and fully shredded to its core. When I saw Harry Styles live, I accidentally sat in the pit line, in the general admission line, which wasn't that long when I sat in it. And that's why I was very confused as to like, why everyone was like been there for days and for hours, because I had bought a normal seat, a normal ticket. I was pretty close, but not as close as I would have wanted to be. I remember someone had asked me, they were like, oh, are you in the cherry pit or in the watermelon pit? Oh my god, that's so nostalgic. Sorry. And I sat there like, oh, I'm in the watermelon pit. And I stared at my friend because I took my friend with me, and she was like, what are we talking about? We bought seats. So I told them, I was like, oh, we're gonna go to the bathroom really quick. And we just got out of the line. We never came back. So sorry, girls, if you're seeing this. I don't think you are. We asked a worker, we're like, where's like, if you just have a seat? Like, if you bought your own seat, where is your line? And mind you, we went there like 5 hours early because this is the first concert I'd ever been to. And she points me to the other doors and there's not a soul there. And so me and my friend just sit there for 5 hours and talk. And then the first person started lining up and we lined up right behind him. We had talked to 2 other girls who were in the general admission line, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, you guys want to be in the pit? You can take screenshots of my ticket, and then once you're in, you can go up to the security guy and say that you lost your wristband, but you can just show them my screenshot and then get in. And I was like, holy shit, that is intelligent. Holy moly. And me and my friend were like, well, do we want to do that? Do we want to sneak in? But this was my first concert ever, and by the way, it was Harry Styles, so I was like, I'm so sorry, but I am not risking it. I do not want to get kicked out, let alone at a Harry Styles concert. Anyways, that is my Harry Styles collection. The next collection I have is of Chase Atlantic. Durr. I have 4 technically, okay? And I keep saying technically, but I keep explaining myself. So the very first record of the Chase Atlantics that I ever got was Beauty and Death by Chase Atlantic. So they had come out with this album, and then I was like, oh my god, I need this pressed on a vinyl. They didn't do that till way later. I went with the red version because I love to buy a variant that's cohesive with the record. I don't like buying a variant that's like a bright yellow and then it's just like a very beautiful red and black. You know what I'm saying? My sister put me on the Chase Atlantic because she listened to them first way back in 2017 where they were indie. They were small. They were really small. And my sister had actually gotten tickets to a Chase Atlantic show way back then in 2017. Maybe even older. I don't even remember what year they were touring. I didn't want to go because I was like, who are those people? I don't want to listen to that. So she was going to go with my mom. She was gonna go with my mom, but then they canceled and she never ended up going. But my first concert ever was actually going to be of AJ Mitchell because way back then I was a fan of him, and then he canceled that concert and I was like, oh. The next record I got was Phases, this very beautiful purple album, and obviously I got the purple variant. The next record I have of theirs is My Baby. If my house is burning down, this is the record that I'm taking outside of my house. All of them others can burn. Okay, that's a lie. I have some really valuable ones. But this is the first record I'm thinking of if my house is burning down and I have to take one. You know what I'm saying? And this is Chase Atlantic by Chase Atlantic, Record Store Day version. This is the only pressed vinyl of theirs that they have for this album. I stood in line 4 in the morning to buy this record. Luckily, they still had it. Record Store Day is when a whole bunch of artists come together and they make specialty vinyls that people can buy on that day at a record store. So what I did was I woke up at 4 in the morning, went to my local record store, and there was already a line. People slept. People had tents. It was crazy. And the store opened at 8 in the morning, okay? So I was there for 4 hours, not even awake. I was just there right as I walked in. Snatched. There was like 3 other copies of this and I was like, whoa, this was almost the last one. Luckily it wasn't, and I got it. I did order their new record, Lost in Heaven, and it hasn't come yet. It's supposed to come in February and it's December. So I'll just put a picture of my order receipt. But I do have that one, so technically I do have 4 Chase Atlantic records. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have it yet. It's not physically here yet. And that was my Chase Atlantic collection. Next record collection is my neighborhood record collection. This is where we start to get into like the 3s and 2s that I only have like a little small collection of. First one I have is obviously Wiped Out by The Neighborhood. Very classic record. When it's stormy, when it's raining, guess what I'm putting on? This. I love this album and they love me. I Love You by The Neighborhood. Obviously Standard Black, I already said that, but it's a classic album. There's some really good songs on here, so I bought it at my local record store. I saw that they had this and I was like, oh, I need it. The last one I have is Hard to Imagine the Neighborhood Ever Changing. I'm pretty sure that's the album name. I bought it at my local record store. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I love that album. I don't have it on vinyl yet, so guess what? I bought it. I love all these neighborhood albums, and there was a time in my life where I would just listen to The Neighborhood. So I feel like this is kind of an homage to that because I don't really listen to them as often anymore, but I still really love their music and their records. That was my neighborhood collection. I also have 3 Ariana Grande records. I know. You're probably thinking, what? You only have 3? I thought you loved Ariana Grande. I thought you were a crazy fan of hers. I do love Ariana Grande and I have been a fan of her since I was probably 8 years old, but I just have not gotten around to buying all of them. Positions. I don't know what y'all were doing hating on this record, but I love this record. Off the Wall, what? Off the Table is so good. 3435, you guys, what was the hate about? Literally, what was the hate about? I bought it in the glow in the dark version. I think it is. I could be wrong. But I bought it in this really cool minty green that goes with the record. But I really like this album. I don't know what the hate was about. I loved it. My hair, so good. So good. This is the first Ariana Grande record that I bought. It is the Christmas and Chill. The thing is, it's stained because of the PVC plastic, which I am so sad about because when I bought it, it wasn't stained. And I didn't know that it would stain. No one told me that PVC plastic stains the record. So I would pull it out, but it is such a hassle to pull out. It is in its own protective sleeve, and then it's in the PVC plastic, and then it's in another jacket. This is the Christmas and Chill one, which yes, I did play all of December, if you weren't asking at all actually, but yes, I did. And the last one I have is Eternal Sunshine. I actually bought it at Barnes & Noble's, which I was surprised that they had, the red variant. That was my Ariana Grande collection. The last collection I only have 3 of will be Kali Uchis. Okay, I love Kali Uchis. When she came out with Orquídeas, so good. I was introduced to Kali Uchis kind of like everyone else was when her one song popped off on TikTok. I forgot what it was called. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it right here. Red Moon and Venus, which is the first record of hers that I have. And I listened to this and I was like, holy moly, why have I been sleeping on Kali Uchi? She's amazing. I do just have the standard version because I think I bought it at Barnes & Noble's. I obviously have Orquídeas. This is one of my favorite records of hers. Obviously it's her newest one, but it's just so good and it's also so vast. So I have the picture disc, which I know I literally said that I hate picture disc, and this is why. Because picture discs always come in PVC lining. Like they never come in like something like this and then something like this. You know what I'm saying? But I had put it in here because I didn't want it in its PVC lining. And then I have this one, which is this like white. That's literally a piece of art, so I bought it. Anyways, that's my Kali Uchis collection. The next is the records I have 2 of, and we'll start with Arctic Monkeys. But I love AM, okay? Arctic Monkeys by Arctic Monkeys is such a classic album. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. I feel like a lot of their other albums are very underrated and no one really listens to them because these 2 are really big, really popular records. But, and I know I have yet to buy the rest of them. I understand. But I really did like The Car, their newest one, and they had gone on tour for that, and so I went to see them for that one. Like, Body Paint, so freaking good. Okay, there better be a mirror ball. That made me want a mirror ball in my room. That's my Arctic Monkeys collection. Next, I have 2 SZA records. I have Control by SZA in this beautiful green that I bought from Barnes & Noble's, of all places. I didn't know that they had variants like this, but they did. And SOS, which I have a bone to pick with you, SZA, because why didn't you come out with any variants for SOS? You and I both know a blue, a white, a brown would have looked great. Even a gray would have looked amazing. But nothing. Nothing. She said record collectors, vinyls, the fuck is that? That's my SZA collection. Next, I have my Olivia Rodrigo collection. So obviously I have Sour, and obviously I have Guts. I think these were great pop records, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Sour was a great pop album, and I got it in this beautiful purple from Urban Outfitters, I think. Anyways, it's like this dark purple. I really liked a lot of the edginess that she introduced in this album, and I love edginess, so I love this album, period. And I bought it in this hot pink. I think this is the Amazon exclusive. But anyways, that was my Olivia Rodrigo collection. This is my Conan Gray collection. Now, yes, I did listen to Kid Crow, and yes, I did love it, and no, I don't have the record. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, okay? I actually listened to Conan Gray first, okay? I loved Super 8. I listened to Super 8 and I'm like, holy moly, that's me in a nutshell. I do people watch. I am astronomy. I'm not astronomy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, this is my vibe. I love this so much. Anyways, this is a great record. And I bought it in this red. This is my favorite vinyl out of my entire collection. And you know why? There's like a whole bunch of cute little knickknacks that I absolutely adore, man. Look. I love the time and effort he put into this record. And there's like a poster in here, and it's just like, there's like 2 posters in here, and like, I can go on and on about what's inside, but I love when artists give us this. I love when artists are like, you know what, I'm gonna give them these little knickknacks, these little posters and papers of my face, because like, that's what I want. I want to be able to put it all over my wall. I want to be able to display it, you know what I'm saying? And if not, I want it to be in here. You feel me? It's my favorite vinyl that I have of all of them because of its packaging. I was first introduced to Conan Gray through TikTok. He had come out with a song, Maniac. And I loved that song, and I was like, who is this guy? And then I listened to all of his other records, and then Super 8 came out, you know what I'm saying? But that was like early TikTok. Found heaven, and I loved it. I hate the hate that it got for it, because this is everything that I wanted from Conan Gray. This is everything that I wanted from him. I don't think you guys understand that this is truly who I think he should be. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came out with this record, and when I listened to the songs and I saw the visuals for it, and I thought to myself, I was like, I don't know who Conan Gray was before. I don't care, because this is who I see him as now. It fits him visually and sonically, it fits him so perfectly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is truly his, like, who he is as a person. I don't know the guy, but I feel like it would be, you know? I feel like this is the most him that I've ever, like, heard from an artist to his album. You know what I'm saying? But obviously people hated it because it wasn't pop enough. It wasn't his old stuff. And I love, personally, I love when artists get out of their comfort zone and try something. It's so cool to hear something that is new to them and new to us as well. He came out with this like smoky yellow. I think I bought it off of his website. But anyways, that was my Conan Gray collection. Let's move on. The next record I have two of, it's Mitski. Look, I don't even want to hear it. I am on the hunt for the other vinyls, okay? But did I buy them yet? No. Okay, I don't have all the money in the world. If I did, I would have already had her entire collection, but I don't, so these are the ones that I do have. The land is inhospitable and so are we. She always does gold, and the thing is, I love gold. This is not gold. This is a poopy yellow, green, brown. I wish this was like an iridescent, glittery gold, or maybe like if she had a thing for clear or silver, but she comes out with gold, and this gold is not that pretty. The other Mitski record I have is Puberty 2, because I love Puberty 2. Y'all, what happened to Puberty 1? Just kidding. And obviously I have it in another fat gold. I don't like this color. As you can tell, I'm a hater of this color. I hate this color. But Puberty 2 is such a great, great album. I listened to both of these records when I was not okay. When I was very sad. And that's why I have them here. That is my Mitski collection. That is all that I have two of. So let's move on to my singles. Every record that I just have of one. One of my favorite records of all time, and I was so incredibly happy that I have this pressed on a freaking vinyl. Hailey Hendrix, I Need to Start a Garden. I even kept it in its own plastic that it came with and the sticker because I adore this vinyl so much. It's such a great, great, great album. And if you don't know who Hailey Hendrix is, do your research because I love Hailey Hendrix. And she's also from Portland, Oregon, so I'm like, twin, where have you been? I got the Mustard Belly, I think it was called. I don't even know what it was called. But I got this variant, and it was like one of the last ones. I think they only came out with 1,000 copies of this. I don't even know anymore. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? But this is like truly an amazing album. Now, do I like the color and the splat of this? Not really, no. But this is such a great album that I don't even care. I'm just happy that I got a variant. You feel me? Nirvana by Nirvana, I think it's what it's called. Standard Black, but honestly, fitting. I had a really big Nirvana phase, like 2 years ago maybe, and I was like, you know what? I need a record of theirs. Now this one just has a whole bunch of classics. You Know You're Right, Lithium, Been a Sun, About a Girl, In Bloom, Heart-Shaped Box, Penny Royalty. You know, whole bunch of classics. Next I have Giveon, When It's All Said and Done, Take Time. His voice, he could sing Sweet Nothings and I'll still buy his freaking records. It's so, his voice is so unique and so beautiful. And when this album came out and I listened to all the songs off of this album, I said, oh, I need it. This is the Standard Black. I bought it at Barnes & Noble's. Noah Kahan's Stick Season. Such a great album. So sad. Gracia Abrams, Good Riddance. Now, I have a bone to pick with myself, okay? I saw Olivia Rodrigo in concert when she sang Sour, and it was an amazing experience. I had a great time. Guess who was opening? And guess who I didn't know? Literally listened to this album in person, and I don't remember any of it. I don't have any videos of it because I didn't know her at the time, and I'm so sad that I didn't know her at the time. But I did love Good Riddance. I really did enjoy it, and it is in this clear variant. The next record I have is Vicente Fernandez, Para Siempre. If you don't know, I am Mexican, and also if you didn't know, I listened to this my entire childhood, okay? This is an incredibly nostalgic album for me. Obviously, it's pressed on a Standard Black. He ain't gonna come out with freaking variants. It's Vicente Fernandez. R.I.P. to that legend. He's staring at y'all, not me. He's staring at y'all, okay? Y'all gonna take that? Y'all gonna take that from me? Also, I have Selena Big Hits. Literally says Selena 1. Okay, I got this for Christmas last year, and it's actually a picture disc. It's real pretty. And this is the first record that I've ever seen where they have like a whole book for it and a picture disc. And there's also a poster in here that I haven't taken out because like I feel like purple is not my theme, unfortunately. If you know Selena, you'll know Como la Flor, Baila Esta Cumbia, No Quiero Saber. R.I.P. that legend as well. That's Selena and that's Vicente Fernandez. The only signed record I have, and it's Paying by Caroline Polachek. And I also have it in a smoky clear. If you're wondering how the hell, what is going on? My mom literally came home one day and she was like, oh, I know you collect records, here's this. And she gave it to me and I'm looking at this and I'm like, You just gave me a gold mine and you don't even know it. Pang is freaking amazing. And apparently, when she had given this to me, she was in my city touring. The thing is, when she gave this to me, I only heard of her, I only knew of her. I didn't even know Pang like that, you know what I'm saying? And so when she gave this to me, I'm like, well, now I feel like I have to dive into her some more. And I listened to this record, spun it, amazing. Carly Polachek is amazing, and I have a signed record of hers, yeah, I know. I know. This is the only other one. I also have the OMAR Polo, which isn't a signed record, it's a signed poster. But this is the only signed record that I have, you know what I'm saying? Let's move through some of these rather quickly, because there are some that I just don't have anything else to say about. The Fall EP Moxie. Great record, standard black. Deftones Diamond Eyes. Great record, standard black as well. Pierce the Veil Jaws of Life. Great record. Not the first record that I wanted from them, but the first record that I got from them. You know what I'm saying? We all want Collide with the Sky. At least I do. I don't know about y'all, but I do, okay? It's in this really pretty peach orange. Nina Simone, I Put a Spell on You. This I bought at Target. It's just kind of a collection of her music, and it's in this yellow. Love Nina Simone, love Aretha Franklin, love Etta James, love Miles Davis, love all of those blues artists, okay? Ray Charles. I can keep going! I just don't have any of their records, and I love Nina Simone, particularly every freaking song on this record, which happens to be I Put a Spell on You, Tomorrow's My Turn, Nimikita Pass, Married is for Old Folks. It's from a musical that I never watched. July Tree, Give Me Some, Feeling Good. Such great songs on this record, so I bought it. American Teen by Khaled in this beautiful blue. But I bought this because I was at a record store and I was the only person in there, and it was so quiet in there, and I felt bad to just leave without buying anything. So I didn't really like the collection of records that this guy had in his store. It was like an indie store, and I felt really bad leaving empty-handed. So I saw Khaled and American Teen, and I was like, you know what? I know it well enough, so I bought it. Damn by Kendrick Lamar in this black, great rapper. One of the only rappers I have in this collection. Now I do listen to more rappers, but this is like the only rap album I have thus far. Controversial, sorry, Portals by Melanie Martinez, and it's really pretty like pink white looking thing. The thing is, when this album came out, loved it. Did I know anything about Melanie Martinez and who she is as a person, or any of the rest of the albums, or whatever the hell her situation is? No, I just bought it because I loved it. And then everything else came out, and I was like, well, now I don't know how to feel. But this record in itself, as a piece of art, is really good. And I really enjoyed a lot of songs on there. And I was actually supposed to go see her in Seattle for her like trilogy tour when she was doing all three of her little things. Because my sister really liked Melanie Martinez. But we ended up not seeing her at all and not buying the tickets. And we just had 3 days in Seattle. There's just so much to do in Seattle, so we weren't that mad. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Lana Del Rey. Oop. And the reason it's not on the back is because this record is scratched. So I literally cannot play it. But it's fine by me because I don't really even listen to the songs on this album or on this record. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, okay? When it came out, I was obsessed and I loved every second of it. And so I bought a record. And now I just don't find myself picking this up as much. Or at all, really. And I scratched the record on it anyways. I had a needle on my record player that was broken. I didn't know that I was the one who broke it. So then when I went to spin this for like the second time, it scratched and warped the record. And I thought that it was the record itself, but I realized that it was the needle. And once I replaced my needle, I re-listened to this just to make sure that it wasn't this. And I realized, sadly, it's a scratched record. I still like the album. I just don't listen to it as much. Kelsey, I thought you hated Taylor Swift. What the hell are you doing with the Taylor Swift record? Who said that I hate Taylor Swift? Who said that? Who said that? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Don't come for me because I didn't say that. And I fell in love with Midnights when it came out. And the craze of Midnights too as well. And I have it in this beautiful emerald green. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan and I don't listen to her that much. I'm sorry. I like this album a lot. I like this record a lot. I like the songs on this album a lot. Karma is my, yes, I love this pop. The rest of her discography, have not gotten into, have not listened to. But I live and love this one. You know what I'm saying? So when it came out, I bought it. And I don't pick this up at all, actually. This was the first one where I have bought an album or bought a record, I spun it once and I have not spun it ever again. And I feel bad because it's such a pretty green, but I just have other albums that I really enjoy listening to and I just don't see myself picking it up as often. But that does not mean that it is not a good album. That does not mean that I hate Taylor Swift. That just means that I once loved this album, but I just don't listen to it anymore, which happens a lot. These two records, I've literally never spun because they were gifts from my brother. This is La Flute. I don't even know what that middle word is there if you can freaking read it. The Indian Flute. Los Indios, including El Condor Pasa. And he bought it for $5 in Leavenworth, Washington. They were at like a record store. A whole bunch of flute folklore music that I've never spun this before. And this one, which is literally not even open because I have not spun this yet. But this one is the Los Angeles League of Musicians, La Lome. Now, $30, holy hell, I didn't know he spent how much on this record. I don't have a reason that I haven't opened this yet, and I know there are some, La Lome, I know that there are going to be some great songs on this record, and I feel bad that I haven't opened it and spun it yet, but I'm gonna get to it eventually. I have 2 records with soundtracks on them, and I got one just recently, and I'm so excited to spin that one, but the other one that I got not recently is the Coco soundtrack. I bought the Coco soundtrack because I love the songs on Coco, like the fuck, sorry. I saw that it came in this beautiful orange and I was like, oh, I need it. It was from Target, so. I think I just really attached myself to this Coco movie because it was like the first Disney movie that followed like a Mexican protagonist that wasn't a girl falling in love with a guy and having this guy be the amazing epitome of her life. You know what I'm saying? The very last record that I have to show you guys out of my entire record collection, by the way, I feel like it's not even that much. I feel like people have so much more. I literally just got it. I opened it for Christmas like 2 days ago. The Weeknd soundtrack. And it is not only the Weeknd soundtrack, but it is in this very, very beautiful split pink and green. Because pink goes good as green. Anyways, I don't know if y'all know, but as of December of 2024, which is right now, currently, I have been obsessed with the Weeknd soundtrack. Cynthia Erivo, Defying Gravity. Changed my brain chemistry. The Wizard and I by Cynthia Erivo. Changed my brain chemistry, okay? This is the last record that I have to show you guys out of my entire collection. You guys don't understand, I still have yet to get all of the Ariana Grande records that I could possibly get. I still have yet to get all of my favorite blues artist records. I haven't even started on like rock, Pennywise, which is one of my favorite rock bands, Jimi Hendrix. I haven't even started on that realm of records, you know what I'm saying? And then I haven't even started on like new stuff that I've been listening to, like Manic and Pussy, which I keep mentioning them, but trust, that's a great artist right there, okay? If you don't know who Manic and Pussy is, you gotta take a listen. They are great. Just so many more records and vinyls that I want. And while yes, this is still a lot, I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg. So before you guys are judging me on my music taste, I haven't even bought all the records that I want to buy yet, so y'all really only know me for what I have to show here, and this is not everything that I listen to. Not in the slightest. Karol G, Peso Pluma, although he hasn't come out with any vinyls. Like, I still have yet to go in that direction and do more Spanish vinyls. So, this is the beginning of my record collection. It's not the end. And it's definitely the beginning of the start to a very long journey, which is collecting records. But anyways, yeah, that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching my vinyl collection haul and everything that I have to show for you guys. It's not even a haul, it's like a end of the year vinyl collection. Here you go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and turn on those post notifications if you want to see more music related stuff, because I love music and I'm obsessed with it. Also, comment down below if you want a room tour, because I feel like that's what people would want to see, because I have so many posters on my wall and I have so many more posters over there, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I can go more in depth about why each one is there, because there's a reason. And also I have some paintings up there. Anyways, all that being said, subscribe and turn on those post notifications. But anyways, yeah, that was it. Bye!